I'm Rose Della, the Artistic Director and Principal of the Center for Indigenous Theatre. CIT is a post-secondary performing arts training center. We offer a 3- and 4-year full-time conservatory-style education. Our program is designed to connect theater training with traditional and contemporary Indigenous cultural practices, to advance artistic development, industry and business practices, and ultimately to cultivate professional opportunities. You will come here to train, to learn, to grow, to become the emboldened and inspired voices of tomorrow, the new generation of passionate Indigenous culture creators, to tell your stories in your voice.
Nea Nehio. My name is Kitsune. I am the offspring of a residential school survivor. Many of the students here have similar stories where their parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents went to residential schools, where our culture, our language, and identity was stripped from us. Our practice is forbidden. Today I'm here to give thanks by doing a land acknowledgement and thanking the caretakers that came before us. But instead of doing a specific acknowledgement, I put down some tobacco today for you to have a safe journey and to enjoy the show. If you'd like to know whose land you're currently occupying, check out these 2 resources here. So whether you're here in Ontario, in Toronto like the students, or nationwide, giving thanks to those who came before us means that we are giving thanks to our ancestors and the many generations who came before us today.
Welcome to the Center for Indigenous Theatre's Program Information Session. My name is Mike.
And I'm Jasmine. We are the administrative team at CIT.
We're here today to talk to you about CIT's full-time program and how you're able to apply.
Have you ever thought about pursuing a career in theater? Let us know in the comments.
If you're watching us right now, you probably have some questions about the Center for Indigenous Theatre. Well, we are here today to tell you about our program. We will go over the history of CIT, what our program is and the outline of the upcoming year, how we keep you safe during COVID-19, as well as how to apply to become a student.
During our video today, you will get the chance to watch our students perform. As well, we were able to sit down with our alumni, Lisa Cromarty, and talk to her about life as a working artist. But before all of that, let's start off with some history. CIT was founded by James Buller and was originally a 6-week program called Native Theatre School. The Native Theatre School was then renamed Center for Indigenous Theatre in 1994. We went on to become a full-time program in 1999, then expanded to a 3-year program in 2002, and then added a 4th year in 2018.
Now, if you're still wondering what CIT is all about, we are a post-secondary theater arts training program that offers training in acting, voice, and movement. We also offer cultural classes in dance, song, and oral history. We have a variety of partnerships that we are able to utilize across Canada throughout the year. We are immersed in land-based teachings with the Bajmajig storytellers in Manitowoc and Onmatogzee in Nipissing First Nation.
Now it is time for a special performance from our March 2021 showcase, featuring our incoming 2nd-year student, Kian Buffalo. Hope you enjoy it.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Dance culture? I want to share the amazing things about dance. Great moments, the smiles you can give, pop in an animation, a fun dance style. To learn, it's not easy, takes time. Enjoy the process. Dance circles, ciphers anyone can join. Have fun. Share what they got to give with their dance style. share what they have to give to their dance style. Dancing is a place for happiness, where people can laugh and live and connect. I want to share my dance with the world, spread positive vibes, happiness. Anyone can dance. I know it's all in us.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
That was really great. Kian's very talented, and our students are out of this world. Do you agree, Jasmine?
Yeah, it was a great performance. We have lots of talented people coming through the school each year. Feel free to check out the rest of the showcase on our YouTube channel.
Right on. So just an outline of the upcoming school year. Our next cohort of first-year students will begin school in September. Their training will go from September until December. They will then have a winter break in between classes. Following in January, they will resume classes until May, leading up to their graduation.
Due to COVID-19, CIT has special protocols that have been put into place. This includes mandatory social distancing and facial coverings, as well as screening before entering CIT studios, sanitization of all surfaces and props. The health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff members is important to keeping the CIT community safe.
And this might leave you wondering what your upcoming class schedule might look like for the school year. As you can see, due to COVID-19, our health and safety protocols will continue to develop, and your training may be influenced. One schedule on screen right now includes 100% in-person training, and the other schedule includes a mixture of 60% online training and 40% in-person training. You have a variety of classes at CIT, including dance, voice, physical theater, singing, and story creation.
It's now time for our talk with our alumni, Lisa. We learned quite a bit about her time during CIT, and it was great to listen to.
So I grew up in the small town of Massey, and I couldn't wait to leave and like go live in a city somewhere just to experience that. So I was actually in Peterborough for 4 years before Toronto. I did an undergrad at Trent University, and then while I was at Trent, I got into theater, and CIT did their summer program in Peterborough at the university. So that's how I got introduced to CIT. And so when I graduated from my undergrad, I was like, I'm going to Toronto. And so I was very excited and happy about that transition. And I totally, as a young theater student, I totally loved living in Toronto and having that experience. It was so cool.
Did taking the program help you realize what you wanted to do? Or did you know before you started, I'm going to be an actor?
Well, it's a funny story. So when I was a kid, like when I was like 9 or 10 years old and I was watching TV and I'd like be like, oh man, I want to do that. I could do that. Like they're just talking to each other. I could talk to people in front of a camera. Like I remember talking like that in my head. And so, but like at that time growing up around here, you just it didn't seem like a viable option for me. Even when I graduated high school, like I didn't even think about theater school. Like it wasn't an option in my head. And then, but I always had that inkling to want to act and try acting. And so when I went to university and I took an Aboriginal theater course, I was just like, oh my God, this is an actual thing I could do. I could study to be an actor. And so while I was at Trent, that's when the interest came back in, and I had that stuff from when I was a kid finally they kind of met, and I was just like, okay. So once I graduated from Trent, I was like, I'm gonna act. I'm gonna study acting. I don't know if I could be an actor, but I'm gonna go to theater school. And then it was in like theater school where I finally like was like, wow, I could actually do this. Like I think I was halfway through theater school before it was actually in my head that I could do this for work as a career. Like it took a while for my brain to comprehend, like, you are capable of doing this. There's no reason why you shouldn't do this. Like, why not you? It took me a while to wrap that around my head.
So what would you tell someone who is afraid to follow their dreams?
So if you're afraid to follow your dreams, it's probably going to sit with like the goal that you, or the whatever it is that you want to do, is going to sit with you probably for the rest of your life unless you actually do something about it. When you're afraid to do something new, it's probably because for myself, I would be afraid of failing, or I would be afraid of struggling. But the payoff of it will be so much more, like, it'll be so worth it. So like it really is taking that leap. And if it's your intuition that's telling you that you should try this new thing, or you should try to go do this, it's probably telling you for a reason. And it's probably just going to get stronger until you actually dive in and go for it. So if you're afraid of like struggling, or if you're constantly making up excuses of why you shouldn't do it, that's going to be your reality for the rest of your life. You can change that just simply by thinking like, why not me? Why can't I do this? Yeah, it's going to be hard, but honestly, the payoff is just going to be so worth it. And it's only going to allow you to grow even more. So just make a new reality, make that your new life. It's scary for sure, but your intuition, I think, is telling you for a reason.
You know, that was a really fun conversation with Lisa, Jasmine. When we were sitting down with her, I learned so much about CIT and her own personal experience. And also, anytime I see her in the community doing her work, it's just, great.
Yeah,
awesome.
For sure. Hey, Mike.
What?
Can you dance for me? I want to see you dance.
Fine.
Wow, you're really bad at that.
You asked me to dance.
Anyways, if you're still wondering if CIT is right for you, let's go over some of the requirements needed to apply. You must identify as First Nation, Métis, or Inuit. You must be 18 years of age or older. You need to have a grade 10 English level or higher, have an interest in acting, movement, self-discovery, and theater, as well as an interest in exploring Indigenous culture and knowledge.
Now that we've gone over the requirements to be enrolled at CIT, there are attachments that you are needed to submit when becoming a student. They are an updated resume, a 500-word essay expressing your interest in theater and coming to CIT, 2 references that can vouch for your interest in theater, a photocopy of your health card, and an audition video of you doing some script work.
We have one more student performance to show you today, our incoming second-year student, Francis, during our March showcase. Have fun.
Nobody could have predicted 2020. For a lot of us, it was a chance to become a better person. By that I mean putting our mistakes in the past and using that as learning experience. For me, I wanted to set new goals. I wanted to look good and feel good. For the most part, that's how 2020 started. I was putting twice as much time into the gym than previous years. I had cut down on sugar and committed to a much healthier, balanced diet. This new lifestyle I was going through, it was tough to adjust to at first, but I liked it. I liked the challenge, and it made me feel something I hadn't felt in a while. It was a drive to get better. Every day, I felt like I was making progress. By the second month of the year, I finally quit the job I felt trapped at for the past 3 years. I felt relieved, and I also found myself not drinking as much as I used to because I was busy working out. Life was going good. I felt like I was going somewhere, and then suddenly...
Breaking news tonight, the urgent new coronavirus warning for young people. The staggering number of hospitalizations for age groups that were believed to be at lower risk
is increasing.
Stay at home.
Stay home, stay safe.
Quite simply, stay at home.
Suddenly, the entire world is in shutdown mode. I find myself isolated. Time goes by slowly. Minutes feel like hours. You want to go out and do things, but you can't. It's bleak. Our reality now feels like a movie. With nothing to do, the old habits started coming back. Eating junk food. I couldn't go to the gym, so I wasn't working out. I started drinking again. I could feel myself slowly losing everything I worked so hard for. Am I really falling back into these old habits? I realized I need to do something before this is too late. Earlier that year, I applied for CIT in Toronto, but when COVID hit, I put that application on pause because I didn't know if there's still going to be school going on. I told myself, if not now, when? Don't make another excuse for another wasted year. Send that application. I got accepted. For the first time in my life, I was going to be moving across the country. I was nervous, but I'm very glad I made that choice. The school has been great. The people I've met have been great. In the end, it was all worth it. Even though life may sometimes knock you down, it's up to you how you choose to respond. My name is Francis Gladue, and this is my Connecting 2020 video. Thank you for listening.
Wow, Francis is really talented. We look forward to seeing where he goes with his artistic career.
Yeah, watching him in the space is actually really fun. And we've also created a how-to audition video at CIT. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Sam Twin. I'm a fourth-year student here at Center for Indigenous Theatre.
Hi, I'm Teresa Cutneff, and I'm also a fourth-year student at the Center for Indigenous Theatre.
We'll give you some tips and tricks on how to do your monologues and get them sent into CIT.
Yes, so first find an age-appropriate monologue for yourself. Use something from the Indigenous canon, something like from Thompson Highway, Drew Hayden Taylor, Kenneth T. Williams. Do you have any more?
Keith Barker, Alanis King. And if you have any troubles finding anything like that, you could email CIT and we'll provide you with a monologue.
So Sam, what did you do for your audition into CIT?
I did Isaac from Thunderstick by Kenneth Williams. What about you? What did you do?
I was sent a collection of different story pieces from Coyote City. What to wear, wear something simple, neutral colors, something that you're comfortable and confident in.
Yep, and you know, there's not really a time limit for it, but it should be around 3 minutes.
If you have any other skills that you want to show, like singing, dancing, hand drumming, anything and everything, feel free to submit it. But you do have to have a monologue.
Unless, of course, you're a storyteller and you have a story, then you could submit that instead of the monologue, but no accents, please.
And the most important thing is to have fun. And if you stumble, that's okay.
Yep.
You can do it over and over as many times as you feel. Have any other difficulties like doing your monologue or audition?
Probably the hardest part was memorizing it all, and I had somebody film it for me. I did not know that it was best to film it with a neutral background, so I filmed it just in a living room and there was a lot of things in the background, but it worked out. And you don't need a professional camera. We're doing this on an iPhone 10. You can stack it up on some books or put it on a table, whatever you got to do. As long as it's capturing basically from half of your torso up so we can see your shoulders and your head. You can have a relative or somebody hold the camera for you, and you can just send that into CIT.
Have fun.
Throughout the year, we have ongoing requirements in order to remain in the program. Wondering what it takes to be a CIT student? You're expected to be on time and present for all classes, and you must be actively looking for funding while attending your studies. Tuition costs each year are $3,750. If you are unable to receive band funding, there are other organizations that you can submit applications to for funding. These include, but are not limited to, the Inspire Foundation, Dreamcatcher Charitable Foundation, Métis Nations of Ontario, Canada Post, Mississaugas of the Credit, and other local organizations. If you are in need of funding application assistance, contact us at CIT. No student is ever turned away due to lack of funding.
Hey Jasmine, what's your favorite part of working at CIT?
I really enjoy the environment of CIT, and then as well as being able to connect to my Indigenous culture.
That's really cool to hear. Right on. So please don't forget to follow us and like us on social media. And also, please join us for Bannock Republic airing during the Toronto Fringe Festival at the end of July.
We would like to thank our funders. With their generous support, we are able to provide a school for our students. The Department of Canadian Heritage, the Ontario Arts Council, the Toronto Arts Council, Misway Beak Aboriginal Employment and Training, Hastings Park Foundation of Rights and Freedoms, Ontario Arts Foundation, and the Toronto Foundation.
Thank you so much for attending our program info session. We hope we were able to answer all or some of the questions that you had. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And also, don't forget to follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We hope to see you in the next school year.
Bye.